Real quick, let's do a quick weigh-in. This was 1 month ago. I was 220 pounds. I aimed for 30. We didn't get 30, but we averaged about 3 pounds per week for a 12-pound loss. Real quick before we hop into today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something because it's a legitimate question, and I'm not going to act like I know all the answers to it. I know what I personally want, but I don't know exactly what all of you want as well. And it has to do with our product line, Spencer Products, okay? My goal is to produce the best product at the best price. With that being said, that's not cheap. We're getting a lot of pressure to have to move the products out of the United States because it's really, really hard to compete in this market, competing with companies that are all based out of the country and in Mexico and Asia and just different places that they can get products made a lot cheaper. Those products are made a lot cheaper for a reason because they're a cheaper product. They're not going to last nearly as long as our product. They're not as well built as our product, and they're not made here in the United States by Americans. So kind of in a little bit of a situation where do we continue making the best product we possibly can at the best price that we possibly can, or do we try to compete with our competitors and do the same thing they are, which is going to a cheaper manufacturer producing a cheaper made product that's not going to last long. It will work. It will last a year, maybe 2 years, and then it's going to break and be completely trash and worthless. But people tend to like cheaper things. So that's where we're kind of running into a little bit of hiccup. What do you guys personally want? Do you want something that's cheap up front, not going to last as long? Or would you rather pay a little more up front and it lasts a lot longer? Me personally, I'd rather pay a little bit more up front and get a better product that's going to last me a long time. That's me personally. But it seems like there's a lot of people that are messaging us saying, hey, X, Y, and Z is this price, which, you know, is cheaper, but it's not a product that is comparable to ours. So, not talking bad about anybody. I believe there is a market for each price range and for each product, but we also want to compete in this market, and for us to compete and grow this business, you almost are forced to chase where everybody else is going and what they're doing to make as much profit as they are, to then reinvest into more products and continue growing that way. Going into this pre-COVID, I set out where I was sat down at a table with a gentleman. He said, look, you can make a cheap product and sell a ton of them, or you can make a superior product, the best product. It's going to cost more, but you're not going to sell as many. You got to choose. And I personally chose that we wanted to make the best product, even if it cost a little bit more to do. I'm still set on doing that, but it comes with a cost as well. You guys let me know. I'm open to your feedback. Please put it down in the comment section. Love to hear what you have to say. With that being said, let's get into the video. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing on this beautiful sunny Ohio day?
Good morning, guys.
It is absolutely gorgeous out here. About 40 degrees, but the sun's out. We have not had the sun, I'm not kidding you, probably since Christmas time it feels like. But anyways, we're on a long drive here. We're actually heading out to our manufacturers right now. We're going to be doing our monthly meeting. It's been actually about 40 days since I've been out here, and we had some stuff we wanted to get done by the beginning of the year. So that's what I'm doing. I'm heading out here to see where we're at and see what our next move is. So bring you guys along and show you what I can, and be back in 1 second. Alright guys, so we're going to give you a quick update where Spencer Products is right now. We're a little bit behind on the deadlines, I guess you could say, but we're working as hard as we possibly can with the time that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and run you guys through what we're working on and what's going to be available probably in the next 30 days on our website at spencerproducts.com. So first and foremost, we have the Toro Grandstand 52. This will be available for the multi-force and the regular grandstand, and should be wrapped up if TQ wants to give you guys a quick demonstration. Like I've told you guys before, this is all steel from the bottom to the top. The only exception is the rubber handle and the brass fittings in here that we use. Coming over here, we're still finalizing TB1 for this unit, but it's pretty much the same exact thing, just a different mounting system here. I'm not going to show all that in detail because people like to take things and run with them. But anyways, that'll be available here as well very soon. The mount itself, not the bucket just yet. So coming around to the side here, we have the flex chute. Once again, all steel from the bottom to the top. Really nice. The way we did this one is we actually hooked it in right here in the back, where you can come in and take your bolts out and reuse them. And this is rough metal, so everything will be finished in black and then have our flex chute logo on it as well. This is going to be available as of right now for the 52 as well. And then some of this stuff is mega attachments. This is not ours, the light kit and the plow, but Trent was nice enough to let us borrow his mower. So this flex chute for the Skag has probably been the hardest out of all of them to design, because the way this thing is built is a pain in the rear and there's not a lot to use. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So this thing has been a challenge. We've been working on this thing since like October.
Probably what, about 3 variations?
yeah, three or four different variations. We think we finally got it where we like it now. And this handle and everything, if you see the other handles, you can adjust this however you want. And then we got a nice bracket system coming up into here that mounts right here. No drilling. You literally use all the bolts that you use right now. But if you see here, we had to use a heavy duty piece of steel because this needs to be nice and firm. So go ahead and give them a demonstration, TQ. Once again, all steel from bottom to top. All of this steel is currently raw. US steel, made right here in the United States. And yeah, give you guys a quick look behind them. All right, so we're gonna get loaded up. We got to take one mower back to Schleybaug's. It's a sit-down unit that we're working on as well. Those have had their own difficulties, but whenever you're trying to do something big and produce a product, you're gonna run into this kind of stuff. So I'll show you guys these as well real quick. So this is Mega Attachments light kit. Oh, always forget about that safety. Anyways, show you real quick. Mega Attachments. You can check it out at their website. My buddy Trent. Lights out back. Really nice and convenient. Ugh. Just gotta get one more. Take that one out. We get some grease on the hole with that. Hey, remind me to grease those when we get home.
Yeah, they're a little hard.
Ready? Big shout out to this gentleman. Snapped a quick photo with him. He said he wanted to show his son because he wouldn't believe him if he didn't take a photo. So snapped a quick photo. Not too bad, huh?
No, I guess not. I just thought the incline was going to be super scary.
Not bad, not bad at
all. Hey babe, don't forget to spray those.
Yeah. I think that salt or brine. Let's go say hi to Josh and them real quick. We had to bring the 52-inch Toro back because we got all the specs, everything we needed. Big shout out to Schleeboss for letting us borrow that machine to get it mocked up.
Go on in.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Anyways, out here, you guys know, you've seen it. If you need anything, highly recommend Schleeboss in Apple Creek, Ohio. They have 4 or 5 other dealerships as well around the area, and yeah, they carry different things at every one. This dealership carries Stihl. Their other dealership 5 minutes from here carries Echo, and a whole host of other mowers and stuff like that. So go check them out. All right, so I figured this would be a good opportunity to talk about insurance because not a lot of people touch on this subject. It's kind of a boring subject, but I have a dentist appointment. And well, I'm just gonna share with you guys what TQ and myself do, and this has changed over the years. Back when she worked for a company, she got insurance, so I would just go off of her insurance. But now that we're an LLC and a partnership, we pay for our own. And what we use is Blue Cross Blue Shield, I believe it's what it's called. And it's not cheap by any means, guys. But it's part of life and part of being a small business owner. And what I can suggest to you that what we do is we frequently search every single year. Right around like September, October, they start doing like new additions, bringing new people in and opening up for, you know, to get different prices and stuff like that. So every year we'll start looking around to see if there's better options. A lot of times, you know, you're kind of limited there on how many different options there are, but sometimes you can go out of your state if your state allows that. I know not all states allow that. You have to actually keep it in state, I believe it is. I could be completely wrong with that at this point. These rules and regulations and laws and stuff, they change way more than I can stay on top of. But that's what we do personally. We just pay for it out of pocket, and it is not cheap by any means, and it's just going to be part of what you have to roll into your business to take care of you and yourself. Now, I will say we save a little bit because we don't do everything through the insurance. We don't do dental, we don't do vision, and we don't do hearing through our insurance. We leave the insurance mainly for like big things like breaking bones or, you know, medical issues that are super expensive, stuff like that. So that's what we do. Figured I'd share here with you. I'm going in for a teeth cleaning, and to give you an idea, it's roughly about 145 bucks. Hence why we don't pay for it monthly, because I think it would be like $40 a piece for each one of us. So $160 just for the dental side of it. And, you know, the kids, I mean, they go once every 6 months and get a cleaning. Same with TQ and myself. And we can stay way under what we would pay on a monthly basis. Try to get as much of the mud off my boots as possible. Don't want to drag it through the place. It's a nice place, really nice place. Swung into Raising Cane's real quick, grabbed the kids some 3-piece chicken fingers. It's normally that or Chick-fil-A. Believe it or not, Cane's was more busier than Chick-fil-A today, which that never happens. Normally they're both wrapped around the building, but must just be that in between lunchtime and dinner time, being that the kids are about to get out of school a little after 3. Heading back towards the house though, I'm gonna meet Matt there so he can pick up his Ferris Z2. And big shout out to Matt. Matt's who we bought the skid loader off of a little over a couple years ago. And yeah, he allowed us to borrow his Z2 to produce it for. And in exchange, we're going to compliment him with a few flex chutes to accommodate his new mowers that he just purchased. Free plug, WD-40. What's up, man? Oh, no complaints. You leave your key in while transporting?
Yeah, that's fine. You leave it.
Here's Matt, guys. Let us borrow his Ferris so we can make a chute blocker for it. We think we got everything we need. Cool. Probably be about 2 to 4 weeks out. So
yeah, looking forward to trying it.
We're gonna give Matt a couple. You just ordered 2 new Ferrises?
Yep, 2 brand new ones with the. I got the Briggs motor this time instead of the Kawasaki with the 500-hour oil change thing. So
nice.
We'll give that
52s?
Yep, 52s.
All right. Heck yeah. Well, we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you.